Hi, this is Amy Mott, and you are watching News from the Clover Patch, recorded live from Franklin, Tennessee. And hosting with me today is my duck, Early. This is going to be kind of an unusual News from the Clover Patch because I usually host with a bunny. But in light of last week, I wanted to host with my duck this morning because a lot of people don't realize that duck rescue is just as active and viable as rabbit rescue. I know. It's been a terrible week in duck rescue, and I know, and I think it's very important to, hug on mama. I think it's very important to talk about all facets of rescue because people have a very difficult time in duck rescue. It's kind of a few years behind rabbit rescue because people still buy their ducks for Easter, and they buy the little baby ducks and then they set them loose on the pond, and not realizing that this is a death sentence. Or they will hatch or do hatching projects in the classroom, and then they take the little hatchlings back to the farm from whence they got the egg, thinking that that duck's going to get adopted out or somebody else is going to get that duck as a pet. That doesn't happen. The duck actually goes to the meat factory or goes to the down factory, which eventually they will become someone's dinner. It is it's a very hard rescue for ducks. It's very hard to catch them once somebody's released them on the pond, and a lot of times they come to rescues injured, a lot of times don't make it. So it's really important to know that rescue is rescue, and whether it's a bunny rescue, dog rescue, cat rescue, or even a duck rescue, they need your support, and they need people that are standing behind them and following what they know to be true as far as the rules go of owning a duck, especially an imprint. Now that word does get passed around quite a bit, so I want to tell you what an imprint is. Early came to me as a baby duck. Early believes that I am his mother. I am his mother. And he sits on me, he poops on me, he follows me around everywhere, and I am his imprinted mate for his entire life. When you hatch a duck, or when you get a duck as a baby, that duck a lot of times doesn't even realize it's a duck any longer because it wants to be with its mate, with its mama, forever and ever, just like Early sitting here leaning his head against me. I am his mate, and he doesn't want anybody else but me. So for me to have had him as a baby and then get sick of him and take him to a farm or a pond to turn him loose, that would have been the most horrible act of cruelty. He would not know how to survive in the wild. Just like baby bunnies, or just like any bunny that you release back out into the wild, they're too wimpy to survive on their own. They've lived in our homes, they've been hugged, they've been treated with human hands. And so if they go out to the wild, they're wimpy. They will be killed by predators. So I want you to think long and hard. These are the other animals that are the victims of Easter. Rabbits, chicks, and ducks, they are the true victims of a holiday which should be a gorgeous, beautiful holiday, and turns out to be the most horrid of holidays for these animals. They're cute, the children want them, and then when they become too much trouble, the people just want to get rid of them. And the getting rid of will most of the time be the death of these poor and sweet animals. So if you are ever considering getting a duck for Easter, I want you to look at this face right here. That's right. Look at this face of Early and realize that this animal can't survive without me, his imprinted mate. And if you get one, they could not survive without you. You would be their imprinted mate. Bunnies are just as dumped, and we are going through a horrible dumping season, and Early's seeing a whole lot of it with me. It's real disgruntling because this is the first season that we have ever been bombarded with babies. People are dumping even sooner than they were dumping before. I mean, usually they would keep the rabbit a year, but they are dumping their Easter babies at this point. So I can't even possibly imagine the dumps that are going on in the duck community. The most important thing when you are rescuing animals is that all rescuers realize that they are working for the same cause. We are trying to save these animals. True, we are a rabbit rescue. Early does not belong to Clover Patch Sanctuary. He is my personal duck. But I tell you what, I am in tune and keen with the plights that these animals face. That's right. Early knows. We all know. So duck people, please keep getting out there, spreading your words. Please keep using your voices. And maybe, just maybe, some more information will get out there for all the people to realize and to see that these are valuable, beautiful creatures, just like our bunnies. And it's not unusual, too, for bunny people to be duck people and vice versa. My friend Christine is an avid bunny educator and duck educator. And I respect her probably more than any rescuer that I've ever known in my whole life. She's taught me so much that I couldn't have been a wonderful duck mom without her. So, go and friend Christine Woolerton Robinson. Hear her words. She's the greatest duck educator ever. Also, please, I'm asking everybody, as cute as Early is, and everybody's loving seeing him today, don't go out there and get a duck just because Early is imprinted on me. Very important that if you're going to have a duck is 100 times more of a commitment than even a rabbit. They are imprinted, and I say that again, they are imprinted animals. They do not live without their imprinted mates. They can go into the serious depression that you've ever seen. They are like having a special needs toddler for all of their life. So their commitment, just as your commitment to a rabbit, we're talking a 10+ year commitment, but you're committing essentially to a special needs child. That's what this guy is. This is Amy Mott, and you've been watching News from the Clover Patch. I invite you all to have a wonderful week. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday. Thank you all for the wonderful prayers you gave to Aaron's Lewis. He's doing great this morning. Thanks to all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next Monday. And please remember to keep on the bunny side of life.